All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Access HSEP group meeting, and have a few things to go over this afternoon. Not too much on the new horizon. Just a couple of updates. Answer any questions you might have. Bit of a review on status of action plans. This time around, there's no legal update, so nothing new since the legal update I did in the last at the last meeting. So we're going to get right into the HSEP topic cycle status and evidence stories and all that upload. Just kind of a overview of that. I've got a couple of digital tool enhancements that have took place May 1st. That's the Health and Safety Excellence portal that we use. A review of the free resources from the business safety portal, and then we'll just answer any questions and set the agenda for the next meeting. So as always, make sure you track your expiry dates. Don't save them all to the end. Remember that we have two expiry dates to track. The first one is the action plan, the expiry date that the portal automatically generates when I approve your topics. So that you can see right on the portal every time you log in what your expiry date will be. And then 4 weeks before that is the submission expiry date, which is the last day for uploading of any topics that are completed for my review. That way we have a 4-week buffer before your whole action plan expires, which I can't do anything about once it expired. So we need that 4-week buffer for anything that you've got left to upload, any last topic, because by that 4 weeks, pretty well all the topics should already be done and complete, and gives us time for any revisions based on my feedback. When you submit a topic on the portal, remember, it doesn't go to WSIB, it goes to me first. So I do a review. If there's any feedback, I will send that back to you. Remember, when you're preparing your topics, that you've completed everything, that the evidence story, the clean version, gets uploaded to the portal. There's an evidence story upload, and then you have a separate area that allows the 5 uploads per topic, and we break those down into the plan, do, check, and act evidence. The list and the items that should be in those packages should match identically the list of items in your evidence package list in your evidence story. So if there's under plan, it says standard or procedure for that topic name and any blank forms. Those two things get combined and uploaded as one upload and called the plan evidence package. All right. Then you would do the same for the list of evidence that's in the do column of your evidence story, and hopefully package them together in the same order that they show up in the evidence story. And that's going to be your do evidence package. If you have a short video, that will be a separate upload. So you might need another upload for the do evidence package. And then you do the check part of your action plan. And usually there's whatever tool you used for the check, that'll be the check evidence package. And then based on the results of the check, you may or may not need an act evidence package. So if there is something in that check, which is like the audit of your implementation, that must take place at least 8, 10, 12 weeks after completion of the do. If there's gaps, that's going to be what you have to address in the act. If there's any work that you need to do, you would note it in the act activity, and then evidence that you completed that corrective action goes in the upload and on the evidence story. All right. Don't send me the evidence packages. The only thing you can send me is the evidence story, which should be the final clean version, no red text, and keep it in Word format. On the upload side, when you're done the uploads, change it from draft to ready for provider review. So that comes to me. And then a very important step is to scroll to the bottom of the upload page and hit save. If you don't do that, nothing happens as far as the uploads. Nothing will be saved that you've done the upload. And when I go look for it, there'll be no evidence packages. There'll be nothing there. So make sure you hit save. The best way to make sure that I can see it is if you can open the upload packages yourself from the portal, not from your computer, then that's a really good sign that the upload took and that I'll be able to open it the same way you just did. So you can test it out. Because if you can't open it from the portal, then I won't be able to. All right. All right. So make sure you've got your packages well prepared, uploaded, and ready to go. Right. Remember the evidence story, keep it in Word format. That way I can make any comments on it. For large packages, especially the do, add page numbers to the list in your evidence story that will match the upload to the what am I saying? Which will match the way they're uploaded to the portal. So if page one is if page one is the record of attendance, page two is a filled in form, page three is this, then when I go to the uploads, that's what I'm going to see in the pages. All right. So everything should match, especially when you have a large number of pages in the package. Okay. Again, clean version, no red text, no notes, no notes that went back and forth in the evidence story. Should be basically all past tense, telling the validator what you did, not what you're going to do. So that's very important that you word it properly. Okay. And critical that you wait that 10, 12 weeks or more after the due activity to complete the check. Okay. And I already talked about what you do with the results of the check, whether you need an act or not. All right. So everyone will be in a different step. Some of you may have just started and are working on the finalizing your draft evidence stories, which I review. So that's the one thing you send me way at the beginning of this whole process. I sent you an email saying draft, which is fill in the evidence stories, answer the questions, who's going to be doing what, put some target dates in that evidence story, make sure you understand what the evidence required is going to be, what the activity requirements are going to be, add anything that you might want to add. Do not remove anything. If you're going to remove anything from the evidence story templates, check with me first, because they're pretty well the bare minimum of what the topic requirements are. So if you start taking away from that, you may not meet the topic requirements. So just check before you start deleting things. You can always add. That works out well if you had additional evidence. Again, make sure that your topics address the branches and how you implement it with your branch staff, your full-time staff, your client your placement workers, your temps, how you implemented it there, and your client site, any interaction or activity related to the client site. Every topic will be a little bit different on how the standard addresses all of those. If the standard and the evidence story just shows that you focused on your staff in your offices, you will not, that topic, especially if it's one that has implications for the other parties, like your placement workers and client sites, that the validator will not mark it complete. Will definitely you'll get an AER because they want to see how you implemented the whole business, everybody that's impacted by that topic. Yes, there may be a few administrative topics that are strictly internal to the office, but in most cases, there is some level of involvement or activity for your temp workers and your client sites as well. And your standards must reflect that. I always recommend that you make it very clear in your standards. Here's what we do. A section of the standard. Here's how we do it for our offices. Another section. Here's how we do it for our placement workers. And again, at any activity related or communication, training, awareness, involvement at client site. Right. So you got to address all of them in your submission. All right. Any questions on anything related to the evidence story, collection of evidence, packages? Remember, they're looking for training. They're looking at about 20% evidence for your workforce. So depending on the size of your temp workforce, if you train them, they're going to want to see evidence of about 20%. So if you have an attendance sheet or you have some software that tracks attendance, there should be 20% of your placement worker names should be submitted in evidence that they have completed that training. So the validator needs to see that there's at least 20% of the names. An attendance sheet is good. A record from a piece of software that says they completed it on this date is good. If you don't have any of that and it's a sheet that everyone signs, then you're going to have to put 20%, upload 20% sheets instead of a list of names. So it all depends how you collect the evidence, how you're going to end up uploading it. All right. Anything involving client sites, they want to see a variety, the application to a variety of client sites, not just one, two. So make sure that it's a good cross of different client sites when your evidence is related to a client site. Okay. You can anything that identifies a client, a temp worker, can be redacted from the upload. We don't need names, addresses, right? Just show the record's complete. So you can redact anything that might disclose a client or a temp worker, no problem. All right. Any questions? Right. So a couple of minor enhancements that took place May 1st on the portal side. They call it the digital tool. When you this will only apply for people that are new, that registered. If you just recently joined our HSEP group, welcome. If and you should have, depending on when people join now, the system is going to generate a welcome email automatically to the person who is the contact person on the portal. So the first name that you put, because you have room for two, the first name will get the confirmation email, and that's good for that stage because it lets them know that they registered properly, they've completed the assessments and all that. The other thing is every action plan, and I believe they're going retroactive to a completed action plan. So an action plan is the group of topics you selected for a cycle. They all will get an action plan ID now. So it'll be your account number, the action plan number. So depending on how many action plans you've completed, it'll be third, fourth, fifth, and then the year that action plan was created. So that'll be good for everyone to keep track how many action plans they've worked on. It'll help the software be able to track and run reports and see from my end quickly at a glance. So this is like your fourth, fifth action plan. So it gives me an idea as well as you what you've done up to date for within the program. So that's something that you'll probably see it on the pages wherever it's showing your history, your archives, all the action plan ID numbers. The other thing they've added is for the AERs. The AER, remember, is additional evidence required that get triggered when we send a topic for validation that doesn't meet the topic requirements and that the validator wants more evidence. There's not enough there to for the validator to be comfortable that you've completed all the topic requirements. And so the AER gets issued. They list all the gaps in the report on the portal with that topic. So the AER gets submitted there. And we have 60 days to address the validator's concerns or gaps. And now the tool is going to give you a 14-day notice. So if you haven't submitted it by the day 14 from the expiry, you'll get a reminder, and that you got 14 days left, 14 calendar days left. So that's a good reminder. I usually try to track those as well to make sure that the ARs get submitted. But again, it's your responsibility to make sure that you track all your expiry dates, and that includes the ARs as well. Okay, no extensions there allowed, so you got to meet that deadline. If you don't, the topic will automatically go into incomplete status. All right, so that is those are the enhancements. They're always looking and continuously working on trying to make it a little bit easier for the users, both myself and you, to work with the portal. And anytime there's updates, they let us know, and then we can let you know as well. So these are now active updates. All right. Any questions on that? All right. So then the next part of the agenda is, I think I mentioned it maybe a couple of meetings ago, that on the WSIB and the CCOHS made a deal to add the CCOHS's business safety portal to the online services account. So all Schedule 1 employers have free subscription to the business safety portal managed by the CCOHS, the Canadian Center for Occupational Health and Safety. So for it, I have a 1.5-minute video that kind of gives you an explanation of it. And then I'm going to log into it and just kind of quickly just show you some of the things that might be helpful for you, templates and samples and all that. And then you can subscribe to it and play around with it, look and see what's available there, what might be of interest to you. And it's no charge.
Did you know workplaces in Canada have a legal duty to protect workers against injuries and illnesses? A health and safety program helps keep your workplace up to date with the plans, policies, and training you need to meet your responsibilities. But how do you get started with the program? That's where a subscription to the CCOHS Business Safety Portal can help. Onboarding your business to the portal is easy. To start, select your industry and your location. Input other details like the number of workers you employ and any health and safety concerns you may have. The portal provides you with guidance that's tailored to your workplace and the laws and regulations of your region. Next, add users to your account so your team can all have access to information that will help keep them healthy and safe on the job. Then, use the portal's checklists and customizable templates to develop your health and safety policies. Put these policies into action as part of your health and safety program. Through the portal's Learning Center, you can even take and assign courses to your employees. Plus, you can store all your important health and safety documents in a centralized digital file cabinet. Having all your files in one place can help prepare you for a health and safety inspection. Access all your health and safety tools, resources, and files in one easy-to-use platform. Get started today with a subscription to the CCOHS Business Safety Portal.
All right.
Did you know?
Oh, and so when you log into the WSIB online services, if you'll notice all the menus that are usually there, you can see the one for the excellence program is here. Up here it says Access Health and Safety Programs. Just below it, it's Access Free Health and Safety Resources. And if you click go there, that will get you to the CCOHS Business Safety Portal. So I'm just going to switch over my screen share to show you that. Okay. So anytime when you log in, so there we are. That's the screen I was just showing you in the old screen, in the previous screen share. And here is the portal link. So you click on there, it takes you to the CCOHS Business Safety Portal login. If you are not subscribed, then you would sign up and you answer a few questions, get email, get a password, and then you, from then on forward, you can just log in if you're already registered. So I'm already registered there. This is the video I just showed you. There's some information about the portal here, okay? But the best thing to do is just sign up. Okay, I'm already signed up, so it'll know accept and continue. It knows my login and password is already there, so I log in. All right. So this is the account, right? So this is the main page, and you can see all the resources available, access to documents, and you can, again, just go in and play around with it. There's lots of templates, right? And the one thing with this is they told us they're continuously adding stuff to it. So this is going to be a dynamic portal where they're going to add more and more resources as they get them. So if you didn't find something the first time, you can always look, come back, take another look and see what's available. Those are some of the templates. There's some free courses on different topics. And again, they're going to be adding more and more stuff, climate change, and there's some psychological awareness, pandemic. All right. Right. These are good. The posters and infographics you can use for your own websites and your offices. There's quite a few of them there on different topics, ladders, manual handling, right? And these are great as additional materials for sending out to placement workers where maybe a placement has the specific hazard. They're very informative. They're colorful. They're usually fairly easy to understand. So encourage you take advantage of this resource and play around, take a look, see what's there. Look at all the different topics. WMIS is there, housekeeping, MSDs, and then links to other associations as well for safety. All right. So that's the business safety portal, free subscription. Take a look at it, see if it's something that will help you. All right, back to where we started. Here we go. That's all I have from the updates and any news from the WSIB with regards to the program. I'll open up to any questions you might have on any topics. If anybody want to share your experience with specific topics, that's always very, very helpful to learn how you manage the topic and how you were able to complete it, or any feedback you got from validators if you're willing to share, that's always very helpful. We've had that in the past. So how people are approaching different topics in order to successfully complete them. Anyone want to share or have any questions? Everybody's
I
very, yeah.
just have a question. For meetings like this, how do I find out when they take place? Like, do you have a list that you send out or
Yep. So Jennifer at Access has the email list that I send her. And
okay.
so hopefully you're on it. And so
Okay.
she'll send out um, uh, as soon as I give her the date for the next meeting. And when she schedules it on Zoom, she sends out the invite.
Okay.
Okay. If you're not able to attend on any meeting, as you can see, the meetings are recorded and then we upload it to the library, the Access HSEP library, which you shall all have a password and to be able to get into that. If you do not, if you're not able to access the HSEP library, check with Jennifer because you should have the password for that as well.
Okay, excellent. That was actually my next question because there was a couple team members who weren't able to join. They were wondering if it was recorded and they could access it. So,
Yep.
so the Access Library, where do I find
Yeah,
that?
the ACEP library on the Access portal. So it's there's a link to access from the main page when you go to the Access website.
Okay.
I think it's under either health and safety or it might be the Health and Safety Excellence Program itself. And that link from the website should take you to another option link for the portal.
Okay.
And the one that manages if there's restricted access, because it's really for members, HSEP members. The person that controls that is Jennifer at Access. Make sure you have the password.
Okay.
So the handouts, videos, I usually upload the guides, all the WSIB guides to the Excellence Program. All the kind of resources like that are all in that library.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? While you're thinking, I'll take a look at my calendar. We usually take the summer off. Probably won't be much new in June, so we'll probably regroup in September. And let me just make sure before I yell out a date that it's September 10th. All right. So 1 p.m. Okay, if you want to put that in your calendars. And again, Jennifer will send out an invite, so it'll end up in your calendar sooner or later. All right. Of course, if you need me before then, anytime, email, phone call, Zoom meetings, as usual. If you have any questions, any challenges, anything related to the work that you're doing on your topics, clarification on topic requirements, anything at all, please feel free to contact me, and we'll help you out to look into it. All right. So if there are no questions, then we'll call it a day. Let me just see. Something came up in the chat. Oh, just a thank yous. You're very welcome. And enjoy the rest of your day, week. And and summer, I guess, if I don't talk to you, but I'm pretty sure usually contact everybody a few times. So, make sure that, again, give me a shout if you have anything that you need some help with. All right. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Stay
You
safe.
too.
You're welcome. Stay safe.
You too. Bye.